You know, sometimes we find ourselves in the most death-defying circumstances. And I find that within me there's a little light that guides me on, and that light is the Madness Table, TMTM. And every time I listen to it on Wednesday, right after it drops, I review it so everyone can know how good it is. And then I go onto the social media platforms and I like and subscribe to all the sources because I enjoy high quality nonsense. And then I'm not done, I go to the Discord where I can meet with like minded intellectuals like myself who also got a 32 on a state mandated math test. But that doesn't stop us. No, it does not. We go onward and upward to the coffee page where we put our tithe into the Madness Table's coin purses so they can, I don't know, I'm sure they use it for business reasons. Yes, that sounds right. Business reasons. Brendan, put those eyebrows down. Anyway, that's all I have to say. I think it's a great idea. We should all like it, and we should all write emails about it to someone we don't know. Just type in a random series of like things at gmail.com and send them the link to the Madness Table. It is guaranteed to work. Thank you. And Will, it's all you.
All right. So last time you guys cleared house with against Cletus Hesk and his Will-o'-the-Wisps and his Shadow Army, and firmly decided that redneck mind flayers just weren't in at this time. But I think it's something we should consider for the future. Anyways, yeah, it's listen. What happens? Never mind. We're not going to go down that road. Too long. So you guys continued on after discovering the tracks for a larger host in which you have found in this large ancient cavern filled with Ferez and Graviturgy-esque magic that Sefel is chomping at the bit to get to. These ruins are filled with skeletons, zombies, some ghost-like figures, and then up near this large crystalline-like tree that is being smashed to pieces, in which the energy is being released, is the large undead form of a former companion who died trying to save his newfound friends, Arthur Vane.
Guilty.
And Hubie now lies in one of the few not totally smashed buildings on their own, with the rest of the party still in the tunnel to the east. What do we do? Sefel, Scylla, you guys have figured out through your knowledges and seeing that this is Arthur Vane. He is now some kind of skeletal creature destroying this structure. What's going through everybody's head? What's the plan here?
Scylla don't know shit about Arthur.
I think there was probably some things told, but otherwise, like, you guys didn't know him for long.
Yeah, so Sefel would have mentioned during his, trip away that he was traveling with this person's son and, the little bit of history there.
Okay.
With Clarence, because you keep forgetting. Poor Clarence.
I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't said on camera at all that I forget his name. Don't you put these words in my mouth.
Oh, okay. All right.
Sefel is reeling from that. And then sort of needs to shock himself back into the moment. We should handle this tactfully. Gather up in the building across the way. See who we can pick off. Take this slowly. Once the herd is thinned, we can launch a bigger assault.
Does your history with this individual affect the outcome?
No. I may try a thing or two, but I am able to think through even these uncomfortable circumstances.
One of the many reasons I respect you, Sefel.
Let's continue before I change my mind.
Okay, so we want to... I think we still... I guess I...
What?
Wait a minute.
What?
Sam, are you okay?
I think I'm having a
Sam,
stroke.
talk to
Just
us.
like on the daily. Like the daily strokes.
We can't go one recording.
Ugh.
With one of us not dying. I like that turn. I like that idea, Sam. Do that. Do that.
It's powerful.
What level spell is that?
All right, I'm sorry.
That's
Okay,
ninth
okay.
level. I don't know how you got that.
Yeah, some like abyssal language or something.
Demogorgon appears.
Yeah.
What did you call my mother?
Daddy. Mom. All right.
Focus.
Sorry, yeah. I believe it would be best if we went one at a time into that building with Hubie. And then we can move from there to take them and pick them off one by one.
Speaking as players, we do have these two skeletons to the north of our path there. Are we afraid that they're gonna see us? Like, should we pick them off first, or do we think our stealth will be good enough?
I'll tell you guys this. This cavern is lit. There's not much for dim light in this area.
So if we just walk straight across, like stealth or no, they'll probably have some chance of seeing us.
What do we
have
know?
Pass without trace, but
I mean, are zombies smart enough? Like,
We've definitely dealt with a few of these before. Like,
yeah, I'm
You
wondering
got-
if like if one sees something and they amble toward it, are others likely to also, or like, you know what I mean?
Oh, that's a good question.
there's two of you that can study creatures and
Sold.
learn things. I'm just reminding you of your own character abilities
yeah.
here.
I stare at each of these creatures in turn.
Okay.
Do
For
you
the
have
zombies,
eyes?
what do you get to learn here?
So it specifically says their various stats. I guess what I would be interested in learning is their passive perception.
Passive perception for a zombie is 8.
Bro, we got it.
we Gucci.
What about the skeleton? Because I would take the time to do this.
Is a skeleton? One moment. It is a 9.
Okay, and
You
what about
do see these like ghostly figures as well. So
yeah? Talk to me about Electro Elvis. What's his deal?
I will say between like the lot of you, you realize that there are some specters moving about, and that's what this is. They have a passive perception of 10.
Okay.
And then
The shade.
few shadows that
Shadows,
you see. I only correct because I feel like D&D probably has a shade monster, but I don't
Probably.
know. Their passive perception is 10.
Okay.
So really nothing above 10 for, you know, what you got to get by here.
So I think the second question is maybe more of a nature check of like what kind of if a zombie saw something, if a skeleton saw something, what would it need to be to draw their attention? Probably something living. Like I'm just thinking like because I don't like the idea of us going out into the open here. I think instead we try to draw them south.
Sure.
Like
Could
even
we,
if we're
like-
in the crook of the building.
Could we like throw something into their path to like
Mhm.
they just see a thing plop on the floor and they're like, ooh, what's that? And then we just grab them.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Okay.
Yoink.
Do we have like meat or like something that might attract them?
I'm glad you asked.
We have Hubie.
We have dynamite.
I have 20 pounds of monstrous dog from July of 2022.
Oh my god.
Dear God.
I
No.
remember
That shit is going to be so rancid. But also
Does
zombies and skeletons.
ooh, true. Also, do things decay in the bag of holding if there's no?
They've got to. Come on now.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no oxygen.
There's no delay of the
No.
passage of time.
This stuff is basically in like acrylic.
It's gonna
Yeah,
it's gonna
vacuum
like
sealed
you
more or
just
less,
drank
but, like-
from the wrong chalice and it's not the
yeah,
Holy
yeah.
Grail, and it's just
Yeah.
going. You're gonna pull it out and it's just gonna crumble.
I mean,
Into
to be
nothingness.
clear, the dogs that we got that meat from probably weren't the cleanest to begin
No,
with.
100%.
So, like,
Yeah.
Hey,
Okay, but
you
we
know
have
what?
options.
that was the
You're
Whirlstone
not gonna know unless you
tunnels,
pull it
wasn't
out. So,
Ooh,
Yeah, it
better
was.
idea.
hmm.
Monstrous dog on a string.
Ooh.
Now we're cooking with gas.
Do it, Sam. Do it. I love
How
it.
clean
Go, go,
is
go.
this?
Leroy
Today
Jenkins,
on
that
Zombie
shit. Throw him
Fishing.
out there.
Okay. All right. So, what do we think, team? We
On
put
this episode of Cavern Monsters, we're fishing
Yeah.
for skeletons.
fishing for undead.
I was looking for the River Monsters reference. I'm glad you found it.
Thank you. Thank you. Loved that fucking show.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I think we have 2 squads, and this is what I'm thinking. We have-
Strategize, girl.
We
do
have
it up.
we have one group in the house, one group over where we're at right now.
Yeah.
2 pieces of string. We draw one into the house, one over to the other group, and we take them off.
Sure.
Sure.
What can
All
go
right,
And
wrong?
then I think we just need to split up the big magic users. Like
Yeah.
Safel and
Mhm.
Nobon should probably be separate,
For
just because
sure.
they're collectively our nukes.
Yeah,
I would fight for Nobon to be in the house only
I would
because
agreed.
Nobon has that clutch use of turn undead if things begin to swarm.
Agreed.
You guys are like, Nobon, go. And Nobon's like, you got it. And starts running. Let's add his stealth here. So he got a 12 and thankfully just manages to get into the house.
12 plus 10.
Who else you sending?
Pass
Oh,
without
yes.
trace.
Pass without trace.
These are some
Wait,
Scooby
they have to stay
tactics.
within a certain amount of feet of Sylvester, right?
I think it's just when you cast it.
It only says they have to be within 30 feet of you when you cast. It does not
Okay.
say that the
I just wanted to make sure, that's all. I'm not
Mhm.
trying to...
I was also worried about that.
Yeah, we good. It
Okay.
lasts an hour.
You gooch.
Yeah.
Do you send Nobon with dog meat?
Yeah, I think Scylla goes with Nobon, and then Scylla leaves dog meat behind with whoever, probably Safel.
Now roll me a stealth check, just
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
case.
yeah, yeah,
Just
yeah.
really, you don't want a natural one it.
Yeah.
If you natural one it, then we're into other territories here.
And you're moving with the
Hey.
stick bomb.
I got a 4.
Be real funny if you natural one did though.
Which-
Be real funny though. You got a natural one, like really funny.
I didn't, so.
No.
Alright,
But it is
so
a
Scylla
4
makes it.
plus 12 for a 16.
Jesus.
That's fine. You make it in there. All right. Anybody else going into the house?
I mean, I think we should send one more.
Yeah, I'll send Mr. Bronte then.
Dang.
I
Okay.
hate
Stealth
Bronte,
check
he's
it.
Such a creepy fuck.
Wow.
Wow.
Such a
Wow. All the guy
He
does is,
clicks
like,
his glasses.
He's
I bet.
Calidor. I hate that guy. It's all I can see. It's him in his tight suit.
Yeah, that's a
His
Why
cat
are you
claws.
picturing his tight suit, Sam?
yeah.
Because that's his
Right.
vibe.
Yeah, that's a 37.
Okay,
Oh
Bronte.
my god.
He just
In.
appears.
He's just like,
Greetings.
what was that? What was that, madam? I feel like you had something to
He's
say.
like, I heard you talking
Nothing?
shit.
I said nothing.
Good.
Yes. All right, so let's throw some dog meat. Everybody, throwing here. Do some
Toast.
dexterity throws, please.
I'm gonna,
Dexterity checks, ranged attacks.
I'm gonna put Bug in charge of this.
Okay.
Dexterity check,
Bug
you
is
said?
salivating over this horrible rancid meat, just like, oh, please.
It's like, why do they get to have it?
I think this one has to be Hubie. Am I wrong?
No.
Yeah,
Unless we think it should be Bronte, but
Is it? Wait, is it? What kind of check is it?
Dex.
Dex? Oh yeah.
Like a ranged attack.
Oh yeah. Bronte's got it.
Alright, Bronte. Yeah, because Hubie's got to do the sneak attack once they're in.
Bug fucking wasted this, but he got a nat 20 for a 23.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. He throws it out there, and because of the way you talked, it made me think of this character. But he's like, he throws the dog meat out there, and he's like, eat the food! Eat the food!
Eat the food, Tina.
You look like
Fat
an
lord.
avocado
Eat your
had sex
dinner.
with an uglier avocado.
All right, what did Bronte get?
That's a 15 for Mr. Bronte.
Nice. Okay. Perception checks, actives. Absolutely. Both skeletons are like and start moving towards it. They're like, "We like the food. Dog meat. Dog meat." One comes into the house and one comes around the corner following your strings of rancid gross meat.
Okay.
Uh,
Bug has
And
a
I think-
maneuver
Okay.
that when something enters his melee range,
Oh shit.
he can just make an attack.
Okay. Do it.
Yeah.
In the house, I envision this as soon as they enter, Scylla grabs them, hog ties them down to the floor for Hubie to stab.
Okay. I will say because of that, if Hubie just manages to hit, you're insta-killing this skeleton.
Okay, hell yeah.
Hubie's got you. Yeah, it's looking pretty good for old Hubie. Yeah, it's a dirty 20.
Okay. Skeleton dead. Broken. Shattered into pieces. What'd Bug get?
Bug got. Oh, I thought it was a dirty 20. He has a -2 to that, so 18.
Okay, that's a hit.
Okay.
I'm going to say, because this is a pretty weak skeleton on average, and your friends helping you out, that you also very quickly take out this skeleton.
Yeah, for
Okay.
reference, it would have been his normal attack, and then he would have been able to add a superiority die to it.
Okay, so definitely even Bug would have just shattered this skeleton on their own. So your path is relatively clear to the house. What are next steps now? Are you continuing to dog meat until there's no more meat to be dragged on the ground and like picking these guys off? Are you going out
Yeah.
guns blazing, pew pew pew? What's up?
I think Scylla hops onto the psychic mind link that we still have. I think we continue our strategy around to the west. There are more shambling creatures.
Do we want to split a little bit and have some of us move west and others move north to the larger ruins, clearing as we go?
That's good.
Perhaps wait for us to clear a few more here and then move.
Yeah,
We'll
and
wait
Will,
for
as I'm
some-
looking to this larger structure to the north, is that like almost like is that like a step pyramid, or is that a series of walls there?
Crumbling.
Those are a series of very crumbled and destroyed walls.
Does it look like there's at least some amount of cover in there, though, or is it?
It's
decrepit
very
beyond?
light covering, not like you would have to be very well crouched behind it to be totally covered.
Mhm.
Gotcha. Okay.
So maybe that's not a good way anyway.
Maybe not.
Oh. Maybe we can just see what's over in this one to the west, the house to the west. Then
Sure.
Yeah, like,
We'll like house skip. You guys
Yeah.
move to the next one. We'll take
And
up
then
the
you hop
first
in.
one.
totally
Yeah.
agree, yeah.
Okay, so let's do. I will say no problem throwing out the meat to get these two zombies in between the buildings here. So Sam, roll me 2 athletics checks, and then
Okay.
Andrew, roll me 2 attacks to see if you manage to pin and eviscerate these guys quickly enough.
All right. Let's do athletics. Number 1. That's a 24.
Okay.
Athletics. Number 2. 25.
Okay, both have been grabbed. Hubie, roll those attack throws to see if you kill them. You are muted.
Are those attacks at advantage, or since this is an abstraction, is it a straight roll?
This counts as an advantage, and because of all the huge amount of dice that you would get, like zombies have so little health, I have no doubt that you would insta kill them.
All right, so the first one's a 23, the second one's a 19.
Okay, both of them, you manage to pull them in, and they're dead. As you're like just getting rid of the second one, you notice that a couple of the closer creatures are kind of coming forward as they see like the other ones moving. What do you do now? And you can
look up
see
to
through like
see-
the windows and stuff like that. Like that specter is also beginning to investigate a little bit.
We shut the door.
Shut the blinds. Shut the door.
Shut the door.
You can't
That-
come
that's
in.
over.
And cover.
Is Necrovane catching on to the events in the cavern at all?
Arthur seems to be pretty well wrapped up in smashing more of these branches. And I would say that there's probably about what you would guess between all the crystal on the ground that has been destroyed and what remains of the tree. There's probably about 60% of this tree, but he is destroying it quickly. What do you guys continue to do or not do?
I'm inclined as they investigate the west side of the building to come out the eastern door and try to get one of them to come around to the eastern side.
Okay. What's everybody else think? Go along with that?
I think so. Safel is going to mention Scylla would be aware of this dynamic. I think because we were both down in the caverns in the City of Ember fighting the hag. That crystal that Arthur is crushing, if any of it can be preserved, it could be used for powerful means. We should be as stealthy as long as we need to, but I want to put that piece on the board as well. If we do this for too long, he might destroy a valuable resource.
Hey, QB's got you here. How about you say, I'll take these skelly boys for a little runaround, huh? How I can clear them out to the south, and then you guys can head up to the north, huh? What do you say?
Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
Yeah, I mean, if he can like disappear.
Oh yeah, QB's got a few tricks up his sleeve.
All right, I like this idea. Then Hubie heading to the southwest. The rest of us will exit out of this western door and meet up with Safel and crew and head north.
All right. Though can I have a stick of dynamite? I heard you had some dynamite. Is that a thing you could pass out?
Dynamite is one of those things that will cause a lot of damage if used improperly.
That's kind of what I'm counting on. Yeah. That's what I'm interested in it for.
I trust him implicitly.
Good enough for me. Still reaches into the bag, and I will give my I think it's my last one.
Aww.
Safel's like a 50-50 right now that Hubie might just detonate himself.
You get the bundle of dynamite that was crafted in the tunnels when we met Friend and the Dreamer.
All right.
Nice. All right, Hubie. Roll me a stealth check just to see if you don't get a natural 1.
It's natural 5, but there's pluses to it.
Wow, guys, this is just edging on it. All right, go ahead and move Hubie where you want to. I'm assuming. Correct me if I'm wrong. It sounds like you want to create some massive distraction to like draw everybody towards Hubie.
Yeah. So what I'm thinking is I'll move over to this western building, and then I want to like kind of a little bit obscure the fact that I came from the other building. I want to open the door to the north over here and just like open it like, whoops, I'm in the wrong neighborhood, and then slam the door as loud as I can. And then I'm gonna real quick try to make a trap out of that dynamite.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay. All right, so you managed to get in there. I imagine you've taken the minute to set up your dynamite trap. Not lit yet. You throw open the door, and what do you say? Exactly what you just said.
There goes the neighborhood, if you know what I'm saying. All right, I'll see myself out. Then he slams the door.
Between the door opening, your voice, and then the door slamming, everything turns, including the large form of Arthur Vane, who straightens up and turns to look back, and then kind of watches. And all of a sudden, the skeletons and the zombies are moving in. So I'm going to move them their base movement. Hubie, go ahead and take the movement, as much movement as you could in one turn, essentially.
Does that include like dashing or just like my base movement?
Yeah, anything you could do in a standard combat turn, go for it. And everything is moving and shambling. They are moving in hot. Towards where Hubie was last seen.
Yeah, for the listeners at home, he moved 90 feet to the south. I love rogues.
Rogues be good. All right. These other guys that were helping at the tree also begin to move, and like some of them just like fall off the edge and kind of destroy themselves. Arthur continues to kind of stand there and watch. Hubie moves on, and you are all like, there's this silence besides the, and then I picture it's like in a movie, like we zoom in on the door as it's beginning to bow inwards from all the bodies pressing in on it, and the dynamite's just sitting there. Silence. And everything within a 45-foot radius is just obliterated. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15 individuals just gone. But now these ruins that were semi-intact are just completely blown open. Rubble and smoke are piling and thrown out. The other creatures continue to move south. And Hubie, go ahead and take one more turn worth of movement here, because I think you're probably still like, oh shit.
Yeah, you're getting like the messenger over the left, be like, oh, I love dynamite. I love dynamite.
It has always worked well for me.
He's gonna move He's gonna move quickly to the west.
Okay. Does he continue to draw attention to himself, or no?
Yes. He's like making a very like flat-footed like whop 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 whop. Oh no! I'm getting away! Oh goodness!
Okay.
The Scooby-Doo tactic, I love it.
All of these undead are not intelligent enough to kind of like pick up on this ruse, so they continue to follow in this horde that just chases off after Hubie. And I think with Hubie's speed and what these creatures have for abilities, you have no problem staying far ahead of them. And now, for the large part, this cavern is pretty much empty of everybody. Sorry, the map is so large.
It's huge.
It's absolutely colossal.
Love a large map.
We love a large map. I'm a sucker for a large map. This horde continues to just move to the west tunnels after Hubie, and Arthur has even stopped smashing the crystalline tree, which is now down to probably like 55%, and is making a slower march after, but not like any kind of speed. What does everybody else do?
I think we are waiting for the perfect moment to attack Arthur, right?
Yes, the fella's gonna start moving across to the house that Scylla is in.
Yeah, Scylla's watching out the window.
He wants to... Sefel kind of wants to be up in this against his better judgment. He wants to see Arthur.
Okay. Everybody that's moving, roll me stealth checks.
Sefel is super good at those.
Oh, sorry, that's Sylvester.
25
Okay.
for Sefel.
You don't think Arthur noticed you?
So, Will, when you said
Yes.
don't roll a 1, Was that like
Hands are
a was that like a light don't or like a definitely don't?
That's like a you definitely don't want to.
Okay.
Who'd you roll a 1 for?
That's good old Susie boy.
Okay. I won't say you're that far out, but I'll say like about halfway through on your way. Susuru just tumbles, takes a digger, and all the stuff that they're wearing just like clatters upon the ground, and probably there's even like a oof, ooh.
Oh,
And
Gadzooks!
Arthur's head just immediately whips in your direction, and he begins to march towards you. I want Susuro, as you're now getting a full, like, head-on, good, closer look at Arthur. I want you to do an Arcana or Religion check.
Would love to.
That exact fall is what I thought would always happen to you in your age, Safel.
That's a 16 religion.
Okay. There is, like, this horrible aura that comes off of him. And something about this, like, the way his eyes glow and his movement begins to gnaw at the back of your head, and you're quickly like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. And you're going back through, and then all of a sudden, actually, I want you to make a wisdom saving throw right now.
Wisdom saving throw, that is a 17.
Okay. You don't become frightened, but you're hella nervous right now because you think this creature could slaughter you in an instant.
Mm-hmm.
You think that this creature, who might have been a former friend, is a death knight.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's a problem. That does change the calculation.
What? I'm going to have us roll for initiative now as we take this second by second.
Sylvester did get a 24 to get into the house,
Great. He's good.
just to be honest.
Past Arthur's passive perception.
Should I roll for Hubie, or is Hubie on like a side quest right now?
Hubie's on a side quest right now.
Cool.
Running through the tunnels.
Having 90 feet of movement is pretty useful for shit like this.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Oh shit.
Not to mention you can just like hide at any
Yeah.
time for the next hour and you have a plus 10 to it.
Yeah, that'll help.
All right. I think I have. All right, Scylla, what'd you get?
Still got a 6.
6. What did Bug get?
Bug got a 10.
10. Bronte?
11.
Sefel?
21.
Nice. Noban. Oh, I gotta roll Noban. 6.
No
Well,
one.
What's your dexterity modifier, Scylla?
Scylla is 14.
Your
So
modifier.
sorry, plus 2.
Okay. All right, Noban goes ahead of you. Sylvester,
He got a 16 on initiative.
16. And Seuss,
Seuss got a 14.
14. All right. I will say you guys have been able to establish, because Hubie went off, more telepathic communication. I think, or actually, you're all pretty much together except for Seuss. So you guys are able to communicate, no problem. Let's see. Sus there. What's Bronte's dex modifier?
Plus 5.
Okay. And all right, Sefel, it is your turn.
Okay.
You don't know that he's a Death Knight. However, you can tell something is really fucky with Arthur, beyond the simple fact that he looks undead. In fact, give me an Arcana or Religion check.
Okay. I'm gonna burn a knowledge. Max. 22.
Okay. You get this chill down your spine as you look at him, and you can actually see more of like this physical aura that kind of radiates off of him. And one word comes to mind, and it's a name. Orcus. Orcus has a hand in Arthur in his current state, and that makes you hella nervous. What do you do?
Mr. Susuro.
He is outside on the ground. You're gonna have to be yelling to each other.
Well, we have the telepathic bond.
Hubie's gone, and I don't know if somebody else has that. Do you have that?
It's Hubie. Hubie's the node. If he's within 1 mile, it works. But if he's gone, then.
Oh, okay. A mile, that's fine. It takes longer in the Underdark to traverse a mile, so you're good.
Mr. Susuro, what are our odds?
Oh, our tactical situation has deteriorated somewhat. We still
simply
have
need
the
a moment.
What the fuck? Sorry, Wendy.
Scylla's like, I got this.
Yeah.
Our main advantage lies in the fact that he does not yet know that you are all in that house. Let me draw him closer. But then I will need your help rather quickly, or this is going to get really bad for me.
Okay.
Will you be able to stand?
Yes, I'm not that old. I mean, I'm only 300 years old. I'm fine.
That's not what I wanted. So we have no... Well, we saw him walk a little bit. Arthur doesn't look like he's moving super fast, right?
No, he's got a casual stroll going on. A menacing, but casual, leisurely stroll. Like, he is absurdly confident, even looking at Seuss, of like, there's no threat to him here.
Okay. Then I'm not going to hold a spell, because I don't think he'll be where I want him to in the case of a round. I'm going to cast... No, I have to... Fuck, it's a short rest thing. I'm going to forfeit my turn.
Ooh.
No, that's not true. I'm going to use a bonus action. I'm going to cast Melf's Minute Meteors through the staff.
Okay.
Just have that.
So you now have some meteors hovering about your head. It is Sylvester's turn.
Sylvester. I think it's the same thing of like he's got a... Sylvester is going to bonus action. Yeah, he's going to yeah. Oh, before this. Oh yeah, he will bonus action Hail of Thorns because it lasts for a minute. So he'll cast that now. And it's the next time that he hits a creature with his ranged spell attack. So he will burn that. Okay. I'm gonna do that second level.
All right, great. All right then. Dr. Seuss, you're up.
All right. Seuss's gonna come over the telepathy again. Sefel, you said you knew this man, yes?
I do.
What is his name?
Arthur Vane.
Thank you, and do be quick about it.
Susro, stay as far away from him as you can. Don't get too close if you want the most of my help.
A burr warden never shies away from danger, Sefel. And Susro is going to stand up. He's going to walk the full 15 feet of his movement, because he had to stand up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to look across this, like, boulevard at the desiccated Arthur Vane, and I'm going to train my adroit analysis on him.
Okay.
And I again wish to know if there's any resistances, vulnerabilities, or immunities.
No resistances, no vulnerabilities. He is immune to necrotic and poison, and he is immune to exhaustion, frightened, and poisoned.
Excellent.
Actually, correction. You think he might be resistant to magic.
Ooh. I'm just going to quickly ping that information to Scylla and Sefel. But then standing at the other end of this boulevard, Mr. Vane, you used to be something beautiful. How far you have fallen.
Is that all you say?
That's all.
Okay. It is Bronte's turn.
Alright, Mr. Bronte, he is gonna go ahead and use his bonus action to hide. But he's gonna try to, I want him to move just outside of the door here, like still out of the line of sight, but not fettered by the door, and he's just gonna slink against the wall, like look over at Seuss, and draw his +2 dagger.
Okay. It's Arthur's turn. And Arthur moves 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Moves 30 feet towards Dr. Seuss and just once again kind of taking this leisurely walk. That maul, that short-handled maul in one hand. And it's his skeletal head, his skull kind of cocks aside and his jaw kind of opens and this voice comes out. Wispy, drained, creaky, and kind of groaning, and it's, "How do you know my name? I don't recall you, and I had little in the way of acquaintances here. It does not matter. You should flee." And he outstretches his hand that he's not holding the maul in, and you just see this purple black bead come from it and fly past you and go an extra 25 feet, and you just feel it. It's hot and then cold, and it just passes by you, hits the ground, and just this giant orb of black flame erupts in a 20-foot radius behind you. And it looks like it would have fucking hurt, but he goes, "Run. You need not die here." And that is his turn. It is Bug's turn, and then it's Scylla's. Sefel, You're the bug master.
Sorry, bug. I'm in stratagem mode. Bug is going to step out the eastern door and sort of position himself against the wall. Not super out in the open yet, but able to engage if he needs to.
Sure.
And just for safety's sake, is going to take the dodge action this turn.
Okay. It is Scylla's turn, and then we'll be back at the top of the order with Sifel.
Okay. Yeah, it feels like a holding pattern. Like I don't really. I mean,
If
he's
Scylla
clearly
wants to hold.
he's clearly being aggressive, even though he's saying you don't need to die here. You should leave.
I don't know.
I will say, as a well-trained combatant, him launching that magical orb seemed more of like a warning shot of like, look at what the fuck I can do. This doesn't have to happen. But you're also like, you've probably done this type of a threat of like, but if you're not gonna go, I'm gonna
I'll
fucking
just kill you.
Yeah, I'm gonna handle business.
Scylla is going to yeah, I mean I have to hold my turn here.
Okay, Scylla holds. Sifel, it is your turn again.
Oh, can I?
Sorry.
Nope. Sorry, go ahead. Nope.
You sure?
Yeah, you can't do anything. No, I'm good.
Okay.
This door to the west.
Yes.
Sifel steps outside.
Ruh-roh.
Okay. Arthur's skull turns to look at you now.
Arthur, I don't know if you remember me. Your boy is safe. Clarence is safe.
The like red glow within his sockets grows incredibly small as he stares at you, and he stops walking. And he then looks down at his armor, and you can see it's the same armor that he wore when you last saw him, and it's peeled apart in sections. You can see where the skeleton stabbed into him and rent it apart, and he just like kind of has his arms outstretched and looks down, and he goes, and then he looks up at you and goes, "How could I forget you? How do you know of my boy?" And that's all he says in these couple of seconds.
Okay. I don't have a chance to respond at this moment.
That's up to you. You can.
I traveled.
It can't be anything hugely
Sure.
long-winded. I'll say that.
He'll finish with, I found him. I traveled with him. He made it to safety. I saw it.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
That is the end of my turn.
Bold moves. It is now Sylvester's turn, and then it's going to be Dr. Seuss's turn.
Okay.
So what's Sylvester doing? He's holding that spell. Does he get a little trigger happy? Does he let slip on that tension? It's like the Battle of Helm's Deep when the old man is like, "Oh, fuck."
I think this is a moment of like Sfel's rocking it right now. He's gonna get closer to the door, that Safel exited, but the door is shut, right?
Yeah.
He would have closed it behind him.
Yeah.
He's a considerate illithid.
Yeah, this is 100% just like a holding pattern still. Because I think the one thing we don't want to do is to like make Arthur think he's about to get jumped.
Okay. It's Dr. Seuss's turn then.
All right. He's not gonna move like towards Arthur. He's gonna move a little bit towards the north, almost as if he's like circling away, like considering his next move. I appreciate the consideration, Mr. Vane, and I am happy to make my exit. I do have one question, though. What are you doing with that crystalline construction? That geodesic arboreal contraption that you are so ardently chipping away at?
His head follows you, not paying attention to Safel as you begin to like move to the north, and he goes, "It is nothing of your concern." And then he turns back towards Safel. Is that the end of your turn, Seuss?
Seuss is gonna take the dodge action.
Okay.
So I think that just looks like him, like his. It's probably hard to tell if a gnome, but like his like knees bend ever so slightly as he gets into like an athletic stance.
Yeah.
Like,
Sure.
goes from 3-3 to 3-1, just like.
Make a insight check for me.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a good roll. That is 18 plus 2 is a dirty 20. That's a 20 that matured after high school.
Nice.
Nice.
As you sink into this like at ready position, you see Arthur kind of sink too. And it's subtle, but it's like as he turns back towards the fell, he just ever so slightly gets slower, and he's like leaning forward towards him. And you think he could gun it at him any second if things aren't played carefully.
Danger, Will Robinson.
Yeah, as I end my turn, I'll just a quick telepathic message to Safel. This is our last chance to withdraw, Mr. Hesk.
It is Bronte's turn.
My man Bronte is going to sneak around the back of the house.
Okay.
Still remaining hidden, still with just a dagger out, but he wants to have... I wonder, could I get to maybe this position, like in this little crook of the house here, without being seen?
Roll me a stealth check. We'll see if you make it.
Yeah, that's a 32. But what's it called? Still active, so it's a 42.
Okay. Good thing you have that. And even like the 32 and all that's good because Arthur rolled a 21. Damn. So you do manage to get by him as he's looking in that direction. It's Arthur's turn. And he moves in a slow kind of crouched walk 30 feet closer. Let me just double check here. 5, 10, 15, 20. Towards Safel. And he's looking at you, Safel, and he goes, "You have one chance to run. The master sent me here. You don't have to die like I did. I would take a small bit of revenge, crushing you and watching the horde tear at your limbs like I was. Go, before I must destroy you." And that's the end of Arthur's turn. It is now Bug's turn, and then it's Scylla's turn.
Man, this guy does not like us.
Mm-mm.
By us, I mean Sefel. If only Laura was here.
Bug.
Yeah.
Bug is gonna keep the... Actually, Bug is gonna start moving back out of the chamber.
Okay.
Slowly.
Bug's
Does-
retreating?
Well, he hears the, like, multiple instances of we should probably go. He sees Susuro sort of making his way back. He's getting, like, closer to the exit. He's not gonna go all the way out until he knows everybody is safe.
Okay. Arthur doesn't have super clean line of sight, so I will say that Bug is fine. Doesn't need to make a stealth check there. Scylla, it's your turn.
Okay.
And then we're back at the top with Sefel.
Bronte took my spot.
Bronte does it better.
Fucking hate this guy. What I want to do is get into the crook of this chimney, hiding against the wall with a dash.
Okay, you make it there. Still just out of line of sight. I just realized I didn't have Noban on the initiative, but he would have been just before Scylla, so I'm going to put him in there. And I think he is towards the front door with, like, Sylvester and where Bronte was. Okay. Sefel, you've been warned, but Arthur is still coming towards you. What do? You have your meteors about you. He looks like a very serious threat.
Sefel recalls traveling with Clarence through the Underdark and the stories and the history that he was given of the Vane family. Arthur, I will go, but I will leave you with this. I too was corrupted by the pull of Orcus's power, and it is deep. But your entire story has been barbarians and tyrants keeping you from a life with your son. You are strong enough to fight this. If I was, you are 10 times stronger than you need to be. Go and fight this. And then find your son. And he will bonus action Misty Step back to the door and then just slowly start backing.
Okay. I was gonna say that's the outside chimney.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, I'm just
yeah.
double checking.
He's gonna bonus action to that point, Misty Step to that point, and then start backing out. But he does not lose eye contact with Arthur, like he does on his back.
So I'm gonna pose this as a general question to everybody here. Is the rest of the party backing out, or does anybody have any lingering doubts on what they want to do, or make a break for something, or go after Arthur? You can discuss this as a group too if you need to.
I really want a piece of that crystal, but he's gonna kill us if we try.
I mean, yeah.
The only other thing I can think is that crystal is like, I don't know if it's Orcus wanting it destroyed or Arthur wanting it destroyed because it's like fucking with him in some way.
Well, here's the thing. Like, you're not going to get a piece of that crystal unless it gets destroyed and gets knocked off anyway.
Sure, I would have to break off a piece, but it's like,
Right.
does he want it to exist? Like, he's not breaking it, he's, like, obliterating it.
Yeah, I mean... I think the only way that we win against Arthur is if we're all smacking the fuck out of him every turn.
We need to hit, like, hard and fast.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's probably maybe could have happened immediately, but we're kind of spread out. I think it's a fail.
Okay.
But
my thought, our one chance is actually in this formation because
He can't take out multiples.
we cannot get hit with that orb
Yeah.
thing.
mm-hmm.
However, Seuss right now is keying off of Cephal, and Cephal's backing out, so is Seuss. And Bronte is backing off of Seuss. So it's all a chain that starts with Cephal, since you are
Yeah.
I mean, just for reference, is there any reaction off of that? Like, or is he just still holding the same warning?
I have kind of paused the moment in my head, and I'm just kind of trying to get the general vibe from people, because it's either people are holding or retreating before he technically has a chance to speak, unless I want to break initiative rules here, which I'm fine to do, but I just kind of wanted to check in with everybody here.
How about this as another variable, Will?
Mhm.
How like that big ass crystal tree,
Sure.
the Erd tree over there,
Mhm.
how valuable a strategic asset would Cicero think that to be?
Make me an intelligence check, either Arcana or History.
Would love to. That's a dirty 20 on
Yeah.
history.
Okay. You know that this particular crystal has, and especially like the energy you can feel coming off of it, you recognize it as the same that is within Cephal's staff. So like, it's pretty valuable, and it's clearly suffused with quite a bit of Ferez energy as well, but it's not terrestrial. It does not originate from this plane, and so it's incredibly valuable. But what you can see from the ledge is like where Arthur was smashing it. Cephal, like what Brendan said, is correct. He's absolutely pulverizing it into basically like sand, so it's not usable. And there's only about almost a little over half of it left of this tree, this crystalline-like tree.
So why would Orcus not want this thing to exist?
I mean, a whole number of reasons. It could be, its otherworldly nature could be connected to him in some way. It could be a sense of otherworldly power that he considers a threat. If I wanted to boil it down to selfishness and like a little bit egotistical, it could be because it's valuable to Cephal and I spurned him.
It's an extraterrestrial crystal. You're an extraterrestrial wizard.
It could very well be to stop me from becoming more powerful.
I'm going to say Arthur responds to you. And you can see he kind of like draws inward, and he's like shaking in this tremor, and he's like, I did not want this. I failed in my oath. I didn't become a hero that could save my wife, or like the heroes I told my boy about. I failed. I did not choose this. I did not draw into his power. He took me. And here I stand, fulfilling his orders with no freedom in sight. Run, find a better place. Let me finish this mission and leave. Save my boy. Fulfill the promise I couldn't. If you stay, I will have to. I can feel him pushing me to kill you. Please, go. And he's like holding himself and he's gritting and he's all tense and you can tell he's fighting with himself.
Hey guys, maybe we should go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't know,
But think of the fucking XP,
I know,
guys.
the loot value is so high too.
That's sweet. Loot.
Mm-hmm.
So many
How
good
much?
crystals.
So I... With speaking to him, like... I'll give it up if I need to. Because I spoke to him so much, would that have been my action?
No. I'm gonna say this has been in the same 6 seconds that you bonus action teleported and you used your movement. And you still have your action.
You were a hero, Arthur. Guys, I want... Pause. Unless somebody tells me not to, I'm going to use his stalling as an opportunity to attack. Unless we are leaving. I don't want to make that call for us. We seem very 50-50. Everyone's like, we should fucking leave, but that loot though.
But I really want to fight him though.
And I'm just saying, if we need more power, like this crystal is a fucking high speed rail to the next power step, at least for Sefel. And I don't even know what implications this could have for the city. Potentially huge.
Do it.
Mm-hmm.
Do it. Do it.
I got your back, man.
Yeah.
Alright. Your boy will remember a hero, Arthur, and I cast Gravity Sinkhole at 4th level.
Yes.
Oh shit.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Oh my god!
Ah!
I'm in danger. And by I mean our characters. We're playing a tabletop role-playing game where the stakes are all imaginary, but they feel real to us. And that's another reason why we love Dungeons & Dragons. And if you like it too, you can rate or review us on the podcatcher of your choice. And if you really like it, come on down to our Discord, hit us up. You can ask Brendan why he keeps fighting level 20 enemies. But you know what? I love it. I'm here for the challenge. I'm here to make another grave. And, you know, if you're here for it, you know, hop on down to our coffee page, drop a coin to your Witcher, have a good time, tell somebody about the podcast, call your mom. I mean, just in general, call your mom, but also call her mom and tell her about the podcast. Why not? And as always, my friends, have a great rest of your day.